Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bunny Says, and we're back. And we're going to continue on with Fritz's story. Now, we were just assaulted by some thugs, which were trying to kidnap us for a witch. Now, Fritz handily dispatched them, and we showed mercy on them and let them go. And we came back to Fritz's apartment, I guess his house or his place. Okay, I'll be safe in his house. Okay, yeah, I guess it's his house. So his tastefully decorated house. And let's continue. Fritz is convinced the only place I will be safe is his house, and I am not in the mood to argue with him. I look around the modest living room. I did not realize that you had lodging outside of your room in the palace. Fritz: I grew up here. I was older than usual when I started training to be a knight, so I spent a lot of time in this house. He walks over and hands me a mug of tea. The comforting scent of it, and the realization that he has made it precisely as I prefer it, makes something loosen inside of me. Fritz sits opposite me, his eyes bright and focused. Start at the beginning. Please, Princess. I need to know in order to put my mind at ease. Well, okay. Lucette. One night, I was in the palace, and the next morning I was on the street dressed in rags. Well, that's... okay. Great explanation. That doesn't really help. Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. I tell him about no one remembering who I am and about my first encounter with the men that Fritz fought in the alleyway. I tell him how I was saved by those at the Marchen. Yet I say nothing about Delora or Parfait, and I deliberately leave the identities of the Marchen boarders anonymous. I am not sure why exactly, but I feel suspicion tugging insistently at me. How is it possible for someone to be unaware of the curse? Wait, she doesn't trust Fritz? Is that? Rumpel has amnesia, and even he knows he is cursed. And that's a good point, actually. Fritz said that he is human. I can trust him, right? Well, he could always be lying, too. I mean, you know. I close my eyes and will the impending headache away. Maybe Mother was right. Maybe it is impossible to trust anyone, including my knight. Fritz, and what is your curse? Princess? Can I still trust you, Fritz? Fritz doesn't even bother trying to mask his shock. There is sadness in his eyes. When have I ever betrayed you, Your Highness? Fritz has been loyal to me ever since he was assigned to me. But every person I've trusted has turned to me apart from Mother. Even my beloved doll betrayed me. How could he be sure that Fritz would not do the same? I swore in my life that I would protect you, Princess. I would never lie to you, or do anything that would put you in harm's way. Cinderella. I have to complete 3 good deeds to break it. Cinderella, of course, being your curse. Cinderella? Are you sure? That fairy tale is about... It's been reversed in my case. Oh. That makes sense. What will you do now? Return to the Marchen. I must break my curse. I can't allow that. unless I stay at the machine with you. Oh, okay. What? Why? I've been wondering where you were this whole time, Princess, trying to find you. And now that I've found you, I must resume my duties. I need to protect you, and I want to make sure you are safe by staying with you. You're no longer my knight, Fritz. You work for Emily now, don't you? I am not her personal knight. I work in shifts with her other guards, so I'm not expected to stay the whole day. Oh, okay. He's been just relegated to just a generic knight, I guess. Besides that, I am your knight, and I intend to fulfill that role until you no longer need my services. I failed to protect you from being cursed. Let me protect you this time, Princess. Fritz is very capable. No doubt he will be able to protect me better than anyone else at the machine. Yeah, like Waltz. Like he didn't do very good. Lucette. And who knows how many people received the witch's note? The witch would never even need to enter the machine herself, so long as she has others there to capture me. Yeah, that's very true, actually. No matter where I am not safe, especially when I have no idea who I can trust. Fritz, stay here. Stay with me. I'll be able to be with you. I can keep you safe. It won't be for long, just until I can get you back into the palace where you belong. And how will you do that? Nobody apart from the cursed, the witches, and the fairies remember that I am the crown princess. I still remember you. You must be cursed as well, Fritz. There is no other explanation. I would think I'd remember if I'd been cursed, Princess. I would be inclined to agree. Even Rumple, who had forgotten everything else, remembered that he'd been cursed. But then, what could Fritz's fairy tale be? That's actually an interesting question. I'm wondering... trying to think of the fairy tales. Would he be like... I don't know, like the old guy that fell asleep? Well, no, he'd be old, I guess. The other guy that supposedly fell asleep for years and then woke up and he was old. Well, okay. Oh wow, okay. It's evening. The color palette changed a little bit, and I actually like the way it does that. For evening, now the color palette changed a tiny bit, a little bit more dark, and so I assume it's evening. I hadn't truly intended on staying with Fritz, but somehow the day passes by without me noticing. Before I know it, night has fallen. Okay, yes, yeah. It is far too late to attempt to return to the machine on my own now. Even if, for some reason, Fritz allowed me to leave his house. You can stay in the guest room, Princess. My father returns here at night, after his duties for the day are over. I'd almost forgotten. Sir Alcaster Leverton, Fritz's father and the commander of the Order of Caldera. I thought he'd have his own room at the palace like you do. My father's never stayed the night at the palace as far as I know. He always comes back to sleep here, no matter how late he leaves the palace. Or how early he has to get up to return there. Oh. Okay, speaking of Sir Alcaster, here he is. Good evening, Father. Alcaster looks at me, then Fritz. Who is this? The weight of his stare makes me feel like looking away, but I manage to stare back at him coolly. This is Lucette Riella Breton, daughter of King Gennaro Breton III, and the crown princess of the kingdom of Angel. I am not in the mood for games, boy. It's the truth. I told you about her when she disappeared, that she'd been forgotten. Nonsense. She's been forgotten because of the fairy tale curse. Sir Alcaster's eyes are cold and calculating. I do not like the way he is looking at me. What is your fairy tale? I do not want to tell him. Sir Alcaster's gaze grows colder as his question is met by a long stretch of silence. I only relent when I see Fritz is about to answer for me. Cinderella. I trust you will break your curse, princess. He took that pretty easily. Sir Alcaster says nothing more, and I am surprised when he simply walks away, into a bedroom and away from us. The door closes behind him and Fritz and I are left alone. It'll make things easier if he believes us. That's Fritz talking. I think the father just thinks like that's some girl he's trying to impress or something. And he brought home his girlfriend or whatever. Yeah, see, okay. Lucette is speaking. I saw the look in his eyes. I doubt he believes us. That would be too simple. Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. We're in a nice bedroom. This is a rather pretty bedroom, actually. It's minimalist. Has a cupboard, not a cupboard, a dresser, and just a very simple peach design with nice painting of some, looks like cherry blossoms, something like that. Okay, and it's a nice pretty bed, nothing too frilly. It doesn't look like there's not all kinds of dolls and stuff around, so. Sleep does not come easily, even though this bed is significantly more comfortable than the bed at the Marchen. What could Fritz's curse be? Excuse me. I sit up in bed when I hear footsteps outside. I stare at the clock. It is almost 2 a.m. Alcaster. You were late. Man. My apologies. That is Sir Alcaster's voice. But I do not recognize the other one. Come, we have much to discuss. That was Alcaster, of course. The sound of their footsteps slowly fade into silence descends once more. I suppose being the commander of the Order of Caldera means that he is always busy. But working at this time? Soon enough, my exhaustion coaxes me back into slumber. I close my eyes and let my desire to sleep win over my curiosity. Oh, okay, alright, we're back at a flashback of young Lucette, and looks like, I don't know, a couple other people. Oh, okay, it says maid A. I assume it's 2 maids. So, There's Maid A and Maid B, and Maid A is saying, "It's true. She definitely takes after you-know-who." Maid B, "I heard that rather than speak to people, she only ever speaks to her dolls." Oh, okay. They're talking about Lucette. Maid A, "I can believe that. She seems a little weird in the head. She's so strange. I can't believe she's going to be queen one day." Oh, okay. Oh, Lucette is not only hearing it, but she's actually there. Because now the maids are surprised. Maid B, "Oh, good morning, Your Highness. Please excuse us." And they're running off. That's sort of sad for Lucette, It really is terrible if you think about it. Her mother is raising her a certain way, and she really isn't at fault. I mean, she always wants to be nice, but then her mother keeps on telling her. It really twisted and warped her, And then, of course, everybody around her is looking at her like a pariah, And it's really, really sad, actually, if you think about it. Okay, anyway, we're back in Fritz's living room, I guess. Excuse me. Despite my exhaustion, my sleep is brief, with all the thoughts whirling through my head. Through my mind. When I feel it is late enough, I finally step out of bed and make my way toward the living room. Oh, okay. Sir Alcaster and Fritz are both here, but they fall silent at my entry. Alcaster. Mm-hmm. Sir Alcaster. Princess. Are you leaving for the palace? Yes. Fritz. Will you be able to get the princess back into the palace? I will inform Mithros of the situation. Sir Mithros? Father, Sir Mithros won't... Mithros will work as quickly as possible to resolve this. In the meantime, she will be safe here, won't she? I am standing close enough to Fritz that I notice his body posture stiffen. I see the way he clenches his hands into fists, and the way he squares his shoulders. Of course she is. I am her knight. Then there is no problem. Okay. Lucette is speaking. You and Sir Alcaster do not seem very close. Fritz sighs. He looks somewhat flushed, though it doesn't seem to be out of embarrassment. Princess, should I not have said anything? Okay, we have a choice. Press the issue or change the topic. Well, he said Princess like he wanted to talk. Okay. Now I'm worried I'm going to get things wrong. I just can't handle the thought of failing once again. Okay, getting a bad ending again. Should I press the issue? I mean, I don't think I should press the issue. I mean, change the topic. Well, Fritz is really straightforward, so he doesn't seem to like to beat around the bush, so... Oh, I don't know. Wow, press the issue, change the topic, okay. I'm I mean, I don't want to start talking about his father. Like, if he has some kind of father issues, and he obviously seems to do so, I don't want to impress him and then suddenly, he gets mad. Oh, screw it. Let's press the issue. Well, I don't want to press the issue. I just want to know a little bit more. That's all. Like, okay. Lucette, I noticed the way he spoke to you in the palace. I never saw the two of you together. Oh yeah, she is his person. Like, she said before that he is probably the closest person she has. So, other than her dolls, I guess, but. Fritz. I didn't think you would notice. Why? You are my knight. I spend a lot of time with you, so of course I am aware of how others treat you. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yes. I also know what it is like to be distant from your own family. Yeah. That's the same for her, too, so. If you do not wish to speak of such matters, you do not need to. Thank you, Princess. Fritz clears his throat before he turns to me, his smile so bright, it seems to light up his face. Would you like to get breakfast? I happen to know where the best baker in all of Bengal sells a croissant. The thought of croissant makes my mouth water. I am at the door in seconds. That's sort of funny, actually. What are you standing around for? I'm hungry. Okay. We leave at once then. Oh, okay. We're in front of the palace gates. The shortest route to the bakery from Fritz's house leads us past the palace gates. Princess, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Fritz's voice fades into the background when I notice the royal family eating their breakfast outside. Emmeline sits underneath the shade of a cherry blossom tree, reading aloud from some book in her hands. Rod is smiling as he pours tea for all of them, and Ophelia is looking on with clear love in her eyes for the family that surrounds her. The king laughs at something Emmeline is saying. He looks happier than I've ever seen him before. They truly are happier now that I do not exist with them. Oh, that's sort of sad. Okay. Father has never once looked at me the way he's looking at them. They can't, this is Fritz speaking, they can't miss what they don't remember. I'm sorry for bringing you here. I should have known it would be difficult. Lucette, how could you have known? Well, you're my charge. It's my job to know. Exactly how much does he know about me? Okay. We're in town now. I realize we have been walking as Fritz talked. The palace gates are well behind us, and the royal family is thankfully out of earshot. Here we are. The variety of breads and pastries in the window of the bakery make my heart skip a beat. It's been a long time since I have seen such delicious-looking pastries. She's actually making me hungry. Pick anything you want, Princess. Anything? Yeah, just buy everything. Go for it. Whatever you want. I know how much you like your pastries. Maybe I'll finally see you smile. What? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember he was, oh yeah, I remember that. In the that was way back. In the very beginning of the game. he was first introduced, he was saying he wanted to see her smile. He was hoping he could do something to see her smile. So, because she never smiled, you know. Okay, anyway. Fritz. Go on in, princess. I'll be right behind you. Oh, okay. Oh, we're back at his house. I thought we were suddenly going to be in the shop. Fritz and I returned to his home to eat our pastries. Oh, okay. They truly are the best croissant I've ever had. As we come to the end of breakfast, Fritz turns to me, a hesitant expression on his face. Princess. Yes? I hate to say this, but I'm expected at the palace today. I'm afraid I have to ask you to stay here on your own. But the people at the Machin. I was planning on returning today to explain why I haven't been back. But it's not safe for you outside. He's absolutely correct. Lucette, I understand. There are people I must see. I will not stay here for much longer. Fritz, well, can I really not change your mind about staying here? I know that Fritz can certainly keep me safe, but I cannot shake the feeling that I am safer at the Machin. Even if it means having to stay with the witch that cursed me. Yeah. When I do not answer, Fritz sighs and shakes his head. Very well. I will ask for a day off, so I can personally escort you back to this Machin tomorrow. Sorry? Take me back tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow then. Okay, it's evening again. I spend the day looking around the house. This home is so impersonal. You never know two different people live here. Their rooms are so empty. Well, their room doesn't look too empty. I mean, okay, actually it does. It looks rather spartan, and there's the only thing there are some books, really. And they don't look too well read, so. Even I had my dolls in my room. As I walk about the living room, I notice a broom standing forgotten and alone in a corner. I suddenly remember the broom Delora enchanted for me. Yeah, I remember that. Mr. Broom. I do not miss that broom. Okay. But this one could definitely use a ribbon. Oh, okay, Fritz is here. He's home. Fritz. Princess? Fritz, that was fast. I have something for you. Oh, a gift. Oh. Okay. It's Delora. It's the Delora doll. Okay, Fritz. I found this doll in my room at the palace. She's one of yours, isn't she? The Delora doll was still in my room? But how? What? Okay. You have a choice here. I am too old for dolls, or she is. Wait a minute. She is my doll, correct? Or is that what they're talking about? Or yeah, I assume. What did he ask? She's one of yours, isn't she? Okay, yeah. She's one of yours, isn't she? Well, I don't want to get rid of her, so she is, yeah. She is. I thought so. Isn't she one of your favorites? Yes, she was. Till she cursed me. How did she get into your room? No idea. This is Fritz. No idea. Perhaps one of the maids left her there. But I thought you'd like it if I brought her back for you. That's actually funny as hell. After finishing dinner, Fritz excuses himself to run more errands, so I return to my room. Okay, she's in her bedroom now. Earlier, when Fritz had given her to me, I threw Delora on my bed. Oh, you know, that actually raises a weird question. Does, if you hurt the doll, does that hurt Delora? Well, whatever. Okay, anyway. Oh. Here's Delora. Delora. Now I turn to glare at her, and all at once the doll comes alive with a sigh. Delora. Would you believe me if I said I was worried? Wait. Okay. She's still in her doll form. Does that... Wait a minute, is she speaking? And is she speaking as a doll? Oh. Delora, I honestly thought you were going to act like you didn't recognize me. Oh, okay, so that's... Okay, yeah. It made me happy that you said I was your favorite, Lucette. You were my favorite. You wound me, princess. You know, I didn't know that she could talk in her doll form. I thought she had to, change back into human. Lucette, what are you doing here? Whoa. Oh, okay. Oh, alright, here we go. Alright, here she is. She's back in her... there's Delora now in her human form. She changed back to human. Delora. Do you have any idea how worried Parfait was? When Waltz came back alone and told us what had happened, well, Parfait and Anise went into hysterics. The boys and Jorian looked like they were going to commit murder. When you didn't come back that night, I had a lot of trouble convincing everyone to stay at the Machine when they wanted to look for you. Especially Waltz. You have no idea how guilty he felt after losing you like that. You know what, he should. They were looking for me? Princess? Why didn't you come back to the Machine? I was going to, but Fritz is overprotective. I know it's not... Hush. That was Delora. Don't hush. Oh. I stop myself when I hear footsteps just outside the door. There's Alcaster speaking. This is entirely unnecessary. Man, the walls have ears, Sir Alcaster. The two men walk away, leaving the hallway silent. Lucette, that is just another one of Sir Alcaster's late-night errands. But my words die in my throat when I turn to Delora and see that she is eerily silent, her forehead furrowed. This presence, Delora, is weak, but it's there. I can feel it. Delora, what are you talking about? Finally, Delora looks at me slowly, as if just now recognizing we are both in the same room. This is bad. We must return to the Machine. Now. Oh, wow, okay. Chapter 4, Mask. Okay, this is going on long. This is going on much longer than 30 minutes, so, we're gonna stop here. Obviously, Delora is detecting a presence of another witch. Alright, let's, this is a good place to stop. A new chapter is beginning, so I want to thank you for continuing to listen and for being here, and I hope that you're doing okay and you're safe. And, I never know how to end these files. That's the main problem I have. But, okay, let's just end here. And, let me say thank you, and please, like and subscribe if you get the chance. I mean, there's no pressure. I'm enjoying these stories, and I want you to enjoy them too, so. But, if you get the chance, go ahead. But, thank you for being here and listening, so. And I will say goodbye for now. We're still in we're still in the guest bedroom, but, let's quit here and we'll continue on next time. So, I'll see you soon. And goodbye.